Hey collectors, it's Billy, your community coordinator for all things entertainment here at Upper Deck, and thank you for tuning in to Upper Deck in Review. This week, Upper Deck released its latest trading card set on e-pack. It's Skybox, the Matrix Weekly packs. The 40 card base set includes digital rain cards, black and white variants, colored parallels, puzzle cards, and printing plates as well. For behind the scenes look at how the set came together, Diego and Shaina joins us. Guys, thank you so much for the time.
Hello. Of course.
So let's start off with the first one. Guys, what did the Matrix franchise mean to you? Starting off with you, Diego.
So I was in high school when the movie came out, and it really changed my world. It was one of the greatest movies I'd ever seen, and so I used to sneak my parents' car out to watch The Matrix. But yeah, it has made a huge impact in my life as far as the movies that I like, and just viewing how movies come before and after The Matrix. It's huge.
Shaina, what about you?
I love watching like rewatches and breakdowns of movies, and this is one of my favorites that I get to look up all the time.
Same, yeah.
And just how iconic this movie is, and how much of an impact it had on the film and entertainment in general is pretty big. So being able to showcase that and really share the story for this product, I was beyond hyped to be able to be the coordinator. So it's just nice to kind of see it come to fruition, and everybody loves The Matrix, so let's see it on some cards.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, I'll agree with you there. Like for me, I remember when this movie came out in 1999. I must have been like 9 or 10. I didn't obviously I didn't understand it when I saw it as a kid.
For sure.
But as an adult, I love this movie. It's one of those movies that you can it has a rewatchability factor to it, which makes it again iconic. Just like you said, Shaina. For you, Diego, what on the brand side, what did it mean to you knowing that we were going to have this IP to work on?
I mean, it's huge. Obviously, it made such a huge impact on my life growing up. Just being able to make the trading cards, I think, in the Upper Deck fashion was just huge for us, because we treat each IP very special, and the people who work on it are very passionate about the properties too. So it's really nice for it all to come together, and it was just exciting to kind of make Upper Deck Matrix cards.
Shaina, what about you?
I think for me, just being able to tell the story and the amount of times that I rewatched the movies is insane, but like in the best way possible, because I wanted to make sure that our base set truly showcased some of the most iconic points in the movie, and if I enjoy it or one of my coworkers enjoyed a good moment, like I'm sure our audience is gonna like that as well. So being able to highlight that and focus these iconic outfits and the gravity defying moments, it's just so fun to see that come to fruition.
So let's start off also with what are some of the inserts and parallels? What can collectors expect going into the weekly set?
For sure. I think to start it off, we do have a nice base set which kind of runs through the story of the Matrix. We're encompassing 3 movies here, so we want to follow as long as completely and as possible as we can. And then we have the character cards. Those are very cool as well. Just highlighting some of the main characters of the movie for sure, and just giving it a good treatment overall.
So Shaina, what are some of the other chase hits that collectors can expect in the set?
So Diego said some character cards, so we'll be able to see those, seeing those printing plates, as well as code FX, highlighting some of those main characters and having that digital rain next to them. It looks
really good.
So let's talk about the card designs. What are some of the themes or Easter eggs that you've included in the weekly pack?
I think one that we can touch on immediately is the character cards have a unique parallel. They parallel to a blue and red version, and they have this very like raw real world Matrix feel where everything feels like hardwired, and there's just like this physicalness broaching on, I guess, the digital world. So it's kind of interesting that there's all these cables and designs on these cards to really highlight that kind of real world, just hardwired in kind of effect.
Right. And these are these are actually the e-pack achievement, but the character cards would be parallels.
Yeah.
Cool. So let's go with the inserts. What are some of the inserts do you think collectors will look forward to most in adding to their collection?
Definitely the character cards.
Mm-hmm.
I think especially, I mean, Neo, Agent Smith, Trinity, Morpheus, like there's such iconic names. So just being able to have that in your collection is going to be so much fun. Made sure that there were different images from every movie that we're able to highlight. So hopefully, you can find your favorite one of them looking crisp and clean with that cool backgrounds. But also the digital rain parallels for the base set, because it just, once again, iconically shows that digital-esque vibes, and it just looks really good.
Yeah.
Lack of better words.
So, Upper Deck is always at the forefront when it comes to card technology. What are some that stand out to you in the set that'll surprise a lot of collectors?
I think the one to highlight the most is the PMG. It is itself, the precious metal gems are pretty famous in the Upper Deck kind of world, but here we are able to apply a digital rain effect to the etched foiling in the background. It really helps the characters pop out from the rest of the card, and it's just a very unique looking card.
Yeah, kind of see the digital rain there in the background.
Yeah,
these look
so
beautiful
good
in person. I think so. For you, the fact that we were able to add PMGs to the set, what do you think it does to the collectability, especially with this IP?
It's huge. We typically kind of reserve the PMG as a big chase, because they're kind of like your main goal in your achievements. You kind of have to build your way into getting a PMG. Right. So there is some work involved. There's some collecting involved, and I think the payout is just having just a spectacular looking card.
Yeah, and then I think the fact that PMGs are so well known in the collector world, and the fact that these are going to be the first time that collectors can get their hands on these particular characters, I think that definitely something to it as well. So let's go with the glitch. What was the thinking behind that with the glitch achievements?
We just wanted to highlight, in the Matrix, it's a very digital world, and not everything as it seems. So we kind of want to capture that look and feel of the glitch. And how do you capture a movement like that on a card? You just have to make a static picture become moved around. You can see that within the shadows and the highlights, we kind of split off into a blue and a red highlight there, which really kind of helps the static character feel like it's kind of has movement to it.
Okay, so let's go to the e-pack realm here. For new collectors who might not be familiar with e-pack, let's take a look at maybe just how it works. When they go on e-pack, they're going to come to this particular site right here.
Yep.
And give them the lowdown for that.
Sure. So here on your landing page for the Matrix, we're offering, one exclusive pack per week. Each pack is going to be limited to 1999 copies, or 1,999 copies. And so when you're on our ePack site, you have the ability to purchase as many of those as those are still available in the week. And so you can purchase up to one. You could purchase all of them if you choose to. But once you buy the pack, it gets added to your collection. And then that's when you can start digitally ripping cards on our ePack site. It's meant to mimic a lot of like the real process of ripping packs of cards. So you really don't know what you're gonna get until you start ripping.
And again, we kind of went through what they can expect each week. Cards 1 through 4, and then also a black and white variant, insert parallels, printing plates, and digital rain card. And let's talk about how they might be able to check their achievements and the status of where they are, the progress of that.
Yeah, so in EPAC, kind of built into the system is an achievement structure. And typically with our achievement structures, you're trying to collect a certain amount of cards that you can then redeem like a singular card. So in this cases, we have ways to collect your glitch achievements, which means you're kind of redeeming sets of cards that you've collected within the Matrix set. Say you've collected all the base set 40 cards, you can then trade those in for a singular card, which I believe is Morpheus for this kind of program.
Right, and then you can also, again, we saw some of the PMGs and the glitch cards that are available pertains to those particular characters. So definitely, this is a great way for collectors to check the progress of just how many cards, what cards they're able to collect, in order to redeem those particular achievements there.
Definitely.
So,
you can also receive the character blue and red parallels. And those kind of highlight like the idea of the blue and red pill that it takes in the movie. So those are also a nice little addition.
That's a fun Easter egg.
Yeah. Cool. So again, just kicked off this week for Upper Deck here, the Matrix. And that'll do it for the stream, guys. Want to thank Diego and Shaina again for their insight on Skybox, the Matrix weekly packs here on EPAC. Just take a look at the new cards before we go. Before we go, don't forget to smash the like button, hit that notification bell for the latest updates from Upper Deck, and you can also subscribe to our other social media pages for previews of our upcoming trading card sets. Until next time, I'm Billy, and you're watching Upper Deck Review.